Good morning from beautiful northern Wyoming. It's a chilly morning. It was 11 degrees when I left the house, and down here by the river it's always a few degrees colder. But not a problem with the birds I've got. Prairie falcon and gyrkin can both handle the cold quite nicely. In fact, it's probably finally cold enough for the gyrkin that he's not hot. Anyway, we're gonna hawk our duck springs that we've been hawking here pretty regularly lately, because there's only a little bit of duck season left. Want to get it while we can. Hopefully there'll be a few more ducks here than there has been the last few days. As soon as Dave gets here, we'll make a plan and have at. Well, Dave's running a little late this morning. Not a big deal. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull up here and put Clyde out, get going, because if there's ducks here, they're the one batch are gonna leave early. They always do. So I want to get after it before they leave. Don't want to miss out. On top of the truck, ready to go. And there he goes. Okay, there's Dave. Get up here and have at it. Okay, Clyde's already headed toward the bend. And he landed down beside it. That's a good sign. If he heads there and keeps on going, goes to the trees up farther, that usually means there's no ducks. Don't hear a lot of quacking. Yeah, that's farther away by the river. But the way he acts is obviously something in here. And I, of course, fly him a lot differently than I do other birds and prairie falcons. This is something that's evolved over years. Kind of letting him do his own thing. Much more particular with the prairie falcon on how she's flying, trying to get her started off right and keep her flying as well as I can, as long as I can. Giving him a chance to get in the air. He can fly him down from a dead stop, but it's much easier, of course, if he's in the air. He doesn't need any pitch at all. He can do it from quite low, and he knows that quite well. But if there's only a few, we want him to have every advantage, because you only have one shot. If there's a lot, it won't matter. Alice would never flush with most birds being this slow. Clyde's my exception. And it's a long history to get to this point. Yeah, he went high enough. And there's only a few. You messed it up, Clyde. Let's see if there's something down here. No, that's okay. Clyde isn't as smart as he thinks he is. He frequently does things that aren't gonna work, But he's very stubborn, does them anyway. And so I just have to go with it and let him see that it doesn't work. But we still have a lot of fun. And normally if we got a bunch of other birds waiting to fly, would not stoop into the lure and take up the time, but the other birds fly better when it's more light out. So we're gonna be waiting for it to get a little more light anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Chilly this morning.
Yeah, every morning here.
It was 11 degrees at my house this morning.
Huh. 33 at mine.
Wow.
I haven't heard any over there, have you?
No. It's cold enough it might have skimmed over too.
Well, I guess it's off to the creek.
If I'd have known it was just that small group there, we'd have waited, because a small group will a lot of times hang around and won't bust, but without knowing, it's kind of hard to guess. You know, there could be a bunch and
It don't matter. It's too early for my bird and your other bird, so.
Clyde will fly this early, just not as well. He was, when he got going, he didn't have any height at all. Even a little bit more height would have done better, but
Yeah, I couldn't quite catch him.
he got a foot on it, and he tried to hit it, and he just didn't have the momentum to knock it down. Usually when he does that, he just binds to him and takes him down, and it all works, but that's okay. Definitely tell if there's ducks there by the way he goes. He just flies.
Exactly. It lands right next to him.
If he flies past, there's nothing there. Okay. Well, let's buzz down. You want to wait for it to get a little more light first?
Yeah. I'll flip a pigeon and see what happens. I'll take my chances on them staying. They should not bust.
When they're there, they usually hang around. Not very often they booger off early. It's just these guys that do.
Yeah, we'll wait for the sun to peek over. It should be, what, 5-10 minutes? About 5.
Official sunrise is 7:47.
Oh, wow.
So that's 9 minutes
Yeah, we'll wait.
on my watch. Okay, well, I'm gonna head down at the other end and see if there's some ducks down there for Bonnie. Hopefully there is. And if we get really lucky, there'll be some left over for Cosmo. If not, we'll just fly around pigeons. This place, it's a really easy and a really difficult place to catch ducks. It's easy in that the slips, it's tiny little water, there's usually lots of ducks. They don't have to be very high, they can, do it in a variety of ways. But the hard part is, there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of eagles by the river, and that some birds freak out with that and go chase them and all kinds of crazy stuff. There's lots of ravens usually flying over, and crows. Also, they tend to leave real early, especially this spot I fly in Clyde on. They'll get leaving out of here when the sun isn't even completely up. It's late enough to be legal to hunt. It's a half an hour before sunrise is legal, but it's still not very light. And a lot of birds do not fly well on that at all. And so that's why I usually fly Clyde at that first part, because he will fly. He doesn't go up as well, and he never goes up very well anyway. But he will do it and be successful, so we can make use of that slip. He's the one that can. We tried flying other birds there. We tried flying Bonnie. She doesn't fly worth a darn. She's getting better at it. And I've flown Cosmo in a little bit less light a few times, and she's starting to figure it out a little bit. Definitely doesn't do as well. And I want to keep her pitch going up. I don't want her to turn into a Clyde if I can at all help it. So, kind of limited there. Down here, the ducks tend to hang around longer, so we can fly a bird that needs a little more daylight to fly. And if there's any in here, though, it's been kind of lean lately. So we're down here. Hopefully, there's some here. If there's only a dozen like there was over there, you probably won't hear them. gotta be somewhere. She doesn't give you long, does she?
No, in the road.
That part down there was all open. Just gonna go down here and fly Cosmo on some pigeons. There's a spotted dish down here. I mean, there theoretically could be some ducks in this, so I'll put her up and let the dogs out in case there is some, but I don't expect anything. We'll just be likely flying around pigeons. It's a good spot. It's nice and wide open for pigeons. And you might as well get to one more spot, but it has at least a little bit of a chance that it could be something. Oh, there goes some right down there. Let's see if she'll fly if she's wide for it. Where the heck is she? There she is. She's going. She's stooping. Get it. She hit it. Not very hard. Haha, good boys. Good boys. I think Dave missed the whole thing. Okay, well, that was a fun flight with Cosmo. The ducks got up a bit wide. I was expecting her, because she was wide one direction of me and the dogs were wide the other. I was expecting her to be too wide to be able to do anything with it, maybe not even try. So I was happy to see when I looked up, saw her streaking over, and then went vertical and had a nice stoop. And she could have cracked it and knocked it right out of the sky, but she only hit it lightly. She's still not confident on ducks enough, but it was good to see her try, and hopefully we can get another opportunity. She'll crack one harder and do well. But that was fun. Clyde's flight was pretty pathetic. He didn't fly very well. There wasn't very many ducks there. Vine flew nicely, came down quick. She lost her pitch quickly, but had there been some ducks right there where we would expect them to be if they were going to be there, she would have had a nice flight at them. But sadly they went on there. Anyway, that's all in all for not having very many ducks. It was kind of a fun morning. And as always, thank you for watching.